I'm Lisa Murray from Creativity Lab and welcome to the Business Alchemy TV series. And today's topic, it was such a toss-up, what did I want to call it? So my first option is waiting for clarity sucks, because we all know when we're waiting and we don't know what to choose, how annoying that can be. And then the other option, of course, is, well, how to be more patient. Because what happens is when you've got these things in your business where you might have a whisper of an idea, or you can sense a bit of a change coming, but it's not very clear yet, or maybe you're just plain outright tired of how things are now and you wish it would change right now. And the problem is, of course, when you're stuck waiting, it's like, well, what do you do? Because it's kind of like being friend-zoned, you got someone you adore, but actually it's all out of your control and it's gotten pretty boring now because they don't want what you want. So sometimes it happens like this with our business. And there's quite a lot of different things that I use to get past that space, because waiting does suck, let's face it. So there's this thing where you can actually choose not to wait. So that doesn't mean you force things, okay? So we're not talking about just going ahead anyway. What I am talking about is being and doing different things while you're waiting for that one thing you're aware of to come. Like, I am often aware of things 5 and 10 years in the future. Now, if I was just going to wait for those, how would my life be? Pretty freaking boring, right? So what do? So one thing you can start with is getting really curious. So for the little wisps that you do know something about, get really curious and start to extrapolate on those. Where can they lead you? What kind of rabbit holes can you go through to actually discover more? For me, I know I'd like to write a book that's a comedy at some point. So I've signed up for a comedy writing class just for the fun of it. Now that book might be 3 or 5 years away, I don't know yet, but I've signed up for the class now so that it feels like I've got a sense of moving forward. And that probably leads me actually to the next thing, which is choose adventures you wouldn't normally choose. And why do I say that? Because when you do that, you open up doors that couldn't normally get opened. It's very simple. And so I'm going to have this adventure of the comedy writing just to see where it can lead me. Maybe I'll go and do some stand-up comedy. I don't know yet. But I'm willing to look at, well, where can this take me that I never thought I could go? And what you've got to do when you're in this waiting phase is you've got to create for you and not the dollars, okay? Because so much of the time when you're waiting to find the one big thing that's going to make you your $1 million, you are waiting for this clarity and you're refusing to do anything except this one thing. I know a fellow who's got some brilliant ideas, and I've known him for years and nothing has moved forward because he won't move forward unless he gets to do his one big brilliant idea. That's a way to waste your life, okay? So please don't do that. And so what I'm going to suggest is that you literally start creating for the joy of it, because when you create for the joy of it, all sorts of possibilities show up that you didn't even know existed. And that's when the clarity starts to come. And you can start this on a very small scale as well. Like, years and years ago, before I had Creativity Lab, before I knew exactly what it wanted to be, even though I knew it was going to be something, I used to run events, like, just random once-a-month events. And I would just write an email out to 30 people and say, hey, do you want to come on my adventure? And they would come and I would learn more things. And all of those events taught me things about what I like and what I don't like and what I wanted to include in my business. So what if, instead of waiting for the clarity to come, you started having adventures? So what's my question for this episode? Let's see. What adventures can you have today that will out-create your impatience? Now that sounds a little strange, right? But really, what I do know is that if you get impatient and you try and force things, it will ruin everything. And I've tried that too, and I'm definitely not recommending it. So what adventures can you have today that will out-create your impatience? Go have some fun. I'm Lisa Murray, thanks for joining me today, and this has been businessalchemy.tv.